This video is brought to you by Skillshare, an online learning community with thousands of classes for creators. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in your own creativity. Last month, I told you guys that if we got 100 new signups for the free trial, that I'd be giving away 3 $125 Steam gift cards to 3 lucky YouTube subscribers, and we made it. So that is exactly what I'm going to be doing at the end of this week. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button for a chance to win. The first 1,000 people to sign up with the link in the description will be getting a free month of Skillshare Premium. And guess what? This month again, we'll be doing the exact same thing we did last month. If at least 100 of you sign up for the Skillshare Premium free trial, I will be giving away 3 more $125 Steam gift cards. Get signed up, guys, and explore your creativity today. This month, I watched a class by Rich Armstrong called Just Start 5 Exercises That Lead to Big Wins. In this course, he talks about 5 simple exercises that you can use to stay on track to your goals or to start a new goal entirely. And it really resonated with me because he uses the tortoise and the hare story as a reference throughout the entirety of the course, where he talks about all of us wanting to be the hare and racing to get stuff done. But it's the tortoise, the one that has the step-by-step, methodical, day-by-day approach that ends up getting things done. Skillshare is curated for learning. New classes are added all the time, and there's absolutely no ads. Don't miss this opportunity to explore your creativity.
Banana slam jam.
So this type of example is a situation where we wrestle with, was it worth it to force like 4 heroes here and die? Most of the time as a bristle, it's actually not, because this is like all your hero does. If you're like a bristle or a timbersaw, your goal is to create pressure, but not die. So where this knowledge comes in and how you're supposed to get better at this is understanding what you're actually pressuring. Because if you're pressuring appropriately and they manage to like smoke gank you or some shit, that's like something else. But hopefully this brief explanation will help. The way you maximize and hone this skill, like I said, is to understand why you're doing what you're doing. So we'll ask right now to anybody watching, and you, the person in the replay, so you can have a second to think about it. Why are you being aggressive on this Wraith King? What is the goal of being aggressive on this Wraith King? I'm going to give you like 10 seconds, just in case people don't have a pause button, give you like 10 seconds. Maybe at the time you weren't thinking like this, but if you look at the current scenario, it's quite obvious. You're not going to push the tier 2 because you didn't like crush your lane and it's 15 minutes in the game. You don't have a catapult. So the reason why you're pressuring this guy is to control the lane creeps. Meaning, I want you to farm these 5 creeps, 6 creeps, and I don't want him to be able to farm these 5. So when you are pressuring, if you recognize why you're doing what you're doing, are you trying to control the creeps? Are you trying to force somebody to TP here? Are you trying to take as much of the jungle as possible? Why are you doing it? The second that you have accomplished that, you'll stop. And what I mean is, Wraith King, outside of the creep wave. Okay, engagement's over. And I also, so that's the first step, meaning like anything you do past this, you've already done what you needed to do. So anything you do past this is useless. If you had died right here, I would say, unfortunate. Shit sucks, but I see what you were going for. This, I'm like, what the fuck is he aiming to accomplish here? I'm like, you've already taken him off the creep wave. Are you really like trying to like kill this guy by yourself? That's not what you're supposed to try to do here. You're supposed to try to force people to react. I also want you and everyone else to be fully aware that if you run at the enemy carry near a tower, everybody and their entire family is going to TP here a decent portion of the time. And for the most part, you have to assume that they did. Even if you don't know, and half the time they don't, you have to act like they do. I'm just guaranteeing you from the enemy team's perspective, the carry's like, wham, Bristle's running at me, help me, guys. And then the enemy team shows up. And that's what, isn't that what your team would do? Right? If you were in that scenario? So right now that you're trying to control the creep wave. That's the first step. And secondly, that going on the carry is very likely to force a reaction. So this part right here, if you were to back up, would just be so perfect. Because you forced the reaction, you controlled the creep wave, and you backed off. Instead, you just died of 4 arrows.
A few moments later.
So right now, I told you, that you pressuring this area was really good so Ursa could take Rosh. But that's already done. So, like, I would look at the map right now and say, why are you still hitting this tower? Your team's nowhere nearby and the enemy team's all missing. Obviously, it doesn't end up backfiring because the opponent isn't all here. But this is like the same, gamble you're taking when you dive that Wraith King bottom. You're doing something that's going to force a reaction. The entire enemy team's missing and you stick around. And there's actually no reason to be doing this because your team already took the objective in question. So, now, you guys took an objective. We need to fix the lanes first. So it could be you that TP's here if you want, but your teammate ends up TPing. So now, here's how Dota works. You guys forced an objective. You applied some pressure, took an objective. You're cleaning up the pressure that the opponent applied, and now you need to go do something. That's just how Dota works. Pressure, go relieve pressure, resume pressure. That was like all my entire last video on YouTube was about, right? So, your team is going to finish that wave and then go do something. And you need to be ready to join them. Right now, you should be looking mid with a strong intent to go there. Top lane doesn't actually mean anything other than the fact that you're getting some farm out of it. That's all this means. Because, like, nobody cares about this tier 1 top. They don't have, like, a triangle farmer, so you're not trying to invade the triangle specifically. Wraith King can kind of just farm anywhere. And your team has Aegis. Notice how I thought it was fine that you were here when your team TP'd bottom, and then they were all, like, pushing the lane, and they ran back mid. But you need to meet them now. You can't just, like, never show up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is falling.
I'll just tell you, these 2 deaths are really bad. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's, like, really bad. I'm not even going to give you a number. It's really bad. You should not even be deliberating if these deaths were worth it. It's literally purely a mistake. Not even close to worth it. So now the lanes need to be fixed because we died. You're the one that creates pressure as Bristle, so whenever you die, usually the pressure's gone. So you're going to group up with your team and try to get something done. Looks like you guys get something done. But the lanes are not good right now, so you're going to need to push in the lanes. Which means if you are going to kill somebody and go push in the lanes... Public service announcement, because all of you guys fucked this shit up. Please do not run backwards on the map. There are like 9 reasons, and I'm going to give like the main ones. 1, if you kill somebody and you're attempting to pressure, obviously running backwards is like the complete opposite of what you want to be doing. 2, if you're running backwards, that usually means that the lane is so far back that you're not going to have time to take the objective in the lane that you're currently in. Like, if you're having to run backwards to catch the wave, that means that wave that you need in order to push the tier 2 is going to take so long to get to the tier 2, you're not going to be able to take it before they're alive. So what that means is that in order to capitalize on these kills, we need to cut the next wave and then run across the map. Because that is going to, like, invade the farm of the opponent. Because we have recognized that we are gotten a kill, we are strong, but we are not able to take an objective. So we still want to run at them, but we can't take an objective. So that means with all these factors added together, for the love of God, stop running backwards and picking up this wave. Just cut the next one and then run left. That's all you need to do. I don't care about these 5 creeps. It's not about the farm, this like 20 minutes plus into the game, even 15 minutes plus sometimes. It's about the lane pressure. Imagine if you had cut this wave and then ran at this Lion, dude. My issue with this is not that you are pushing this wave and you feel like, BSJ, you told us to push waves. If you had cut the next wave, this wave is eventually going to get pushed in, but because you're bottom, this guy, a fucking level 12 Lion, is pushing mid, dude. Fuck this guy up. I mean, he's almost your level somehow. I don't even know how I guess you're feeding, but, like, God, dude, like, don't let this level 12 Lion single push mid. That's, Yeah. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that shenanigans, because at the end of the day, YouTube does care about that. You may not care about it, I may not care about it, but the YouTube algorithm does. So, please do.